Hello and welcome back to another special episode of Thorpe Talks. I am Jason Thorpe, Mr. Thorpe to some, and today it's my pleasure to share with you 3 powerful secrets to effective learning. First of all, I'm not going to be sharing with you some mystical magic powers. I'm not going to try and sell you some brain-enhancing supplements or drugs, and I'm not going to bait you with a whole video only to demand your credit card details before I share these secrets that you are so desperately curious to hear. No, they're coming right now, so get your pen and paper ready as we want to write these down. Kicking things off with rule number 1. When meeting new people, always introduce yourself first. Okay, write that down. When meeting new people, always introduce yourself first. Have we got that? Alright, good job. Now, what does this have to do with learning? Consider there's 7 billion people on the planet, and we're all different. We all have different experiences in life, and that means that we all have something different to offer. So, first of all, try and get the mindset that other people are worth meeting, and you yourself are worth meeting as well. Now, the point of this rule, to introduce yourself first, is to meet people like this. Hi, my name's Jason. Jack? Oh, good to meet you, Jack. Alright? The point is that you don't ask somebody, hi, what's your name? No. When you don't know somebody yet, and you're just asking for information, we have this natural kind of defense that we'll just question why. Like, why? Why do you want to know my name? Oh God, why? What do you want? Is this a survey? Are you going to ask for my credit card details at some point? Like, alright, it just begs the question why. Why do you want to know? So, this is a way to disarm, break the ice, and have good interactions with people constantly. Give your name. Do not ask to take it. Give your name. Alright? If meeting new people is something that's uncomfortable for you, which I would say is true for the majority of the whole population of people, this is a great way to, make things a bit more comfortable. Okay, that's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Rule number 2, I will rely on our most famous, most intelligent scientist. Who am I talking about? Yeah, you got it. Albert Einstein, that's right. Scientist, physicist, genius. He has some interesting things to say about learning. Here's what he says. We'll write this down as well. Rule number 2. The most powerful form of learning is play. The most powerful form of learning is play. Quote from Albert Einstein, alright? He's a genius, so we simply have to trust that this is true, alright? There are 2 things to understand with this rule. Number 1, when you play, you do, alright? There's action involved. Example, you cannot learn to kick a ball by reading a book about kicking a ball. Or you cannot learn to kick a ball by running laps on a field. If you want to learn to kick a ball, you have to kick the ball. Simple, okay? The second part to understand here is that when you play, there is no outcome of success or failure. There should be no pressure, right? In a lot of schools, there's just tons and tons of pressure. Kids are having anxiety out the wazoo, and the pressure comes from literally everywhere, from parents, teachers, and students themselves. There's just so much pressure on learning, and it doesn't help, okay? A little bit of pressure, fine. Some people need more pressure, fine. But in general, pressure doesn't help people to do their best. It tends to undermine our performance. So when playing, when learning, when you're starting out with a new skill, make mistakes, have fun, and don't be so serious. Let's move on to rule number 3 before we run out of time. So we've heard from our genius scientist, now we have a genius artist from history as well. So look, balance, how good is that? Here we hear from Leonardo da Vinci. Ah, wow. Okay, yeah, we all know that name as well, don't we? Mona Lisa. I'm forgetting the name of it. No, it's gone. Sistine Chapel. There it is. Painted the Sistine Chapel. Inventor. Many things he did. Look it up, actually, like how many things he did. This incredible quote from him changes everything. It changes everything. We're writing this down once again. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Okay? Write that down. It helps you think about things when you write them down. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Alright. Seems like a paradox. Seems like the opposite should be true. It seems like something sophisticated should be complex, complicated, hard to understand, or fancy. But the word sophisticated actually comes from the Greek word for wisdom, Sophia. We get sophisticated from Sophia, and we also get philosophy from this word as well. So simplicity is the greatest wisdom. Simplicity is the greatest wisdom. Like, that's kind of what this means. Let's look at the Mona Lisa, for example, which Da Vinci himself painted. Exceedingly simple. Like, what is the message of the Mona Lisa? I don't even know. It's so simple. It's a woman sitting, not doing anything. Her facial expression seems quite blank or bland. But this is the greatest painting in human history because of the reality of it and the technique. So this is like the most sophisticated painting, right? But it is exceedingly simple in ways. Okay? Now, in school, people tend to have this feeling that they need to be as complicated as possible to do better. But it's not easy to be simple about things sometimes. So you can have fun watching me struggle on my channel to try and explain complicated things in simple terms. You can think, how have I done so far? Let me know. These are our 3 tips for effective learning. Meet people, learn from other people, give your name first, treat it like a race. Okay, you don't want to lose. Just give your name. You'll get their name, don't worry. When you say, my name is Jason, like underneath that is the question, what's your name? Okay, so don't worry about it. 2, play. Alright? Do what you are trying to learn, and don't worry that you can't do it yet. That's what learning is. It's that you can't do it yet. Okay? So don't get it twisted. And 3, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Learn the basics. Like, makes learning a wonderful thing. You'll always be successful when you're learning if you have these points in mind. Now, crucial are these for learning a language, learning to speak another language. You cannot speak another language by reading and studying the language. You will be very good at reading the language, but there will never come a time where after so much reading, now all of a sudden you can speak the language. You have to speak it first, and you have to learn. That means speaking poorly at first. People might criticize you. Oh, it's true, it happens. You got to suck it up and say, thank you, teacher. Now I learned more, and keep going. Okay? And keep it simple. That's really good for learning language too. Just make it work, especially when you're starting out with speaking. You can't really be complicated. Just be simple about it. Alright. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Do smash that like button, subscribe, share with the family and friends if you wish. And I'll see you here for more, I don't know what yet. We'll find out together. Alright, bye bye.